Yo, yo, yo. This is going to be my first video. It's going to be Glow Talks Football. Obviously, I'm Glow. Manchester United lost 4-3. Another crazy loss. It's looking bad for Ten Hag, if we're being honest. But yeah, we'll break down the game. I'll probably start making videos like this every time we have a game. See what happens. Yeah, let's get into it. So 4-3, Manchester United lose to Chelsea. Crazy game. I didn't think Manchester United played terribly over the full course of the game. First, extremely shaky. Um, couldn't really get anything going. Sloppy. Conceded in first 4 minutes to Gallagher. Don't remember exactly. I think the ball came across the box. Easily savable shot by Onana, to be honest. Should be stopping that. Should be doing a little bit better to stop it. For being honest, I think, Onana's came a long way since the beginning of the season. I'm not really going to say too much about him. Hasn't really been the downfall focal point for us lately. Kind of look at him like, all right, he's going to do his job, more or less. So I'm not going to really get on him too much about that. Then in the 19th minute, we got Anthony commit a penalty on was it Mudrick, I believe, or somebody? I forget who it was. Regardless, though, can't be doing that if you're Anthony. Not a good look, if we're being honest. I think that's why he doesn't start. If we're being honest, rash decisions like that cost games. One penalty, hard to get over on that and still get a dub. Two penalties, yeah, that's why we ended up losing the game. But yeah, Manchester United came back in the first half. Garnacho scored, nice goal. Ball was given away by that 100-pound flop Caicedo over there. Liverpool dodged a bullet with that one. Same with Arsenal actually getting Declan Rice. McAllister looks unbelievable for Liverpool this year. Yeah, Garnacho scored in the 34th minute. Then we had Bruno in the 39th minute with an amazing header. You're looking back at it and you see passages of play where you could say, okay, I see where Ten Hag's trying to play. I see the exact way he's trying to set the team up, trying to move forward. But then about 70-75% of the other times, you're wondering, what do these guys do in training all day? I'll get on individual players more in a little bit, but this dude, Rashford, man, is he does not give much. He does not give much. And I got his jersey right here. Crazy what he does. Guy came on the 60th minute, couldn't be bothered to sprint around. See time when he got caught playing right back for some reason, and it was him one-on-one with the guy. I mean, if you don't sprint there, it would look ridiculous. But the rest of the time, this guy just kind of comes and goes as he pleases. Then we have we got 2-2 going into halftime. I'm thinking, all right, could probably get some from this game. Still wide open end-to-end game. Extremely entertaining if you're a neutral. Even as a Manchester United fan, I'm watching the game. It's pretty entertaining. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained if you're a fan of the team, though. You want to have some control in the game. So we came out second half. Second half, I thought it was all Manchester United. I don't remember Chelsea having too many opportunities, especially being the home side. I mean, they got dominated. I think Manchester United was really I thought we played well yesterday. except for the first 20, 25 minutes. Like I said, I thought we played well. Manu was dominating in the midfield. Had somewhat of an off game passing-wise, decision-making. I mean, he's only 18, roughly 20-some-odd games into his senior career. So we're not even going to look at him as the problem. Casemiro is another problem. Let's get through the review so we can do player ratings. So, Anthony comes through. Amazing assist on the third goal for Man U for Garnacho. Runs down the wing, beats his man. Cucurella was on toast all day. I mean, he's having cold sweats if they lost that game. Anthony's running down the wing, doing what he does. Amazing outside of the left foot ball into the box, right off Garnacho's head. All he had to do was be there, honestly. Any one of us could have scored that goal. Hats off to Garnacho, though, for the brace. And at that point, it's 3-2. I'm thinking, all right, we got some control in the game. We're probably going to be able to see this out. If not see it out, at least a draw, I'm thinking. Comes through. We're getting chance after chance. Bruno, wasteful, time and time again. We're spamming boxes. These dudes are just running. We're throwing the ball deep. It's getting crazy. Nothing's landing. Wasted chances. And I'm watching it like, yeah, this is what happens when you don't finish your food, man. Comes back to bite you. Didn't think it would happen like this. Get all the way to about the 90th minute. I see +8 on there. I'm thinking, all right, it's a little egregious. Always is when it's Manchester United, they always throw extra minutes on there. I could be seeing through red tinted glasses though. 96th minute, I believe. I'm starting to think, all right, game's over. I mean, these guys are creating absolutely nothing. It's looking desperate. They're making changes with all the young bulls, bringing them on. They're doing nothing. I'm thinking, all right, we're seeing this game out. This guy Delo, man. I see him try to match pace for pace with this guy. I'm like, yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous, man. Gets beaten to the box by Nani. I don't think it was a penalty. If we're being honest, they showed about 6-7 times. That's not a penalty for me. If he clipped his back ankle, why is he taking another step and then tried kicking the ball and then he falls over? It was a flop if I've ever seen one. If that was Daniel James, a yellow card for simulating. But yeah, they get the penalty in the 98th minute, I believe. 3-3. I'm sitting there watching the game. I said, you guys might as well throw the game away now. Go ahead and lose it because at this point, it doesn't even matter, man. Champions League's over. The way we conceded at the end against Brentford, as well as the way we conceded these last 2 goals again against Chelsea. Even with Tottenham slipping up, I just don't see it. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot so many times. It's absolutely ridiculous. You get that glimmer of hope as a Man U fan. That's what the club does every time, man. They keep you on the rope long enough to come back every time, and then they just let you down. And then out of nowhere, Cole Palmer with another goal to seal the hat trick. Everybody's going crazy on Twitter talking about a hat trick for Cole Palmer. I mean, yeah, hats off. Nah, I'm not hearing none of that. He didn't really do much, man. If we're being honest, besides those 2 penalties, even that open play goal was a deflection. He didn't really do much. I'm not even gonna lie. His decision making throughout the game was honestly poor. But you can score a hat trick. I mean, doesn't matter what I say. But yeah, let's jump into the player ratings. We'll start at the back. Onana, I thought he was solid. I mean, there was a good amount of shots that were coming into the box that I saw, and he was making some good saves. I'm not going to act like Chelsea didn't have chances, but I felt like we were way more dominant throughout the game. Onana, I'll give him 4 goals conceded. I mean, 2 penalties. I'd give him a 5. I don't think he did necessarily anything too wrong. It would be higher, like a 7 if we won the game, honestly. If it ended up being 3-2, he'd probably get like a 6, 6.5. Wan-Bissaka at right back. I didn't see Wong offensively offered nothing again. Sometimes he offers a little bit, and it ain't pretty even when he does. I don't think he offered much this game. I'm gonna give Juan gonna give him a 4. 4 goals conceded. It's hard to see anybody getting good rating in the defense. Harry Maguire, he's solid, man. I don't know. I mean, I was not at all on the side of keeping him last year or even earlier this year. But he's come through pretty solid for us. I mean, if Johnny Evans has, he damn sure better. Harry Maguire, solid, man. I give him like a 6. He'll probably get the highest rating of all defenders. I mean, Delos should be up there, but Jesus. Varane played 45 minutes, came off. Wasn't amazing when he was on. I'd give him like a 4, 4.5. Johnny Evans comes in for about 20 minutes. Can't say much. Give him about a 4.5, 5. And then Kambwala comes in. Didn't put a foot wrong, honestly. Gave away a couple unnecessary corners when clearing the ball. He's young, though. Other than that, I didn't see anything wrong with him. I'm not sure if we're going to try to rely on him as an option next year, even if we do sign another center back. I could see him going on loan, maybe a championship side. Get some experience playing some first-team football. He's got a good frame. I think he's like 6'4", honestly. He got a good head on his shoulders, seems like. He came in, rode out the rest with Maguire. Delo, not going to get on him too much. I mean, that penalty was ridiculous, but I don't even think it was a penalty. So am I really going to sit here and crucify this guy for giving away the penalty? I mean, you got to know better in that situation. It is the reason we lost, honestly. Delo gets like a 3, sadly. Casemiro, man, this guy Casemiro, man. I have not seen in my time someone that you look at Real Madrid like, wow, this guy's unbelievable. Any team in Europe would take him. Walk into the starting 11. Comes to Manchester United, has a good first year. This year, him and Varane, man, they're stealing wages. Casemiro was scoring goals beginning of the year, got hurt. He's came back in. Can't be bothered to put in a performance. I mean, I don't know how he's still getting in the team. If the name wasn't Casemiro with 5 Champions Leagues, he would not be getting it. Kobe Manu, he was solid. He was the $200 million players they got in there for Chelsea. He was doing them in. It was getting ugly. Give him honestly though, it was a subpar performance decision wise making from him. But he's 18, man. We should be getting on Casemiro way more than that. And Bruno was giving the ball away in an ungodly fashion when we needed every bit of control in that game at the end. Manu, I'd give him about a 6, 6.5. Anthony, arguably could say our best player yesterday, even though he did give away the first penalty. Consistently beating Cucurella down the wing, causing havoc. I would not want to bend Cucurella's shoes yesterday because he was getting done in. Anthony, I'd give him like a 7, 7.5. That assist was absolutely unbelievable. You can never question Anthony's energy and the effort that you're going to get out of him. I mean, if it doesn't sum it up, that was his first goal or assist in the Premier League this year. This entire season, yesterday, his first goal or assist. Bruno, I don't know if it's him playing for 3 to 4 straight years, no breaks. But what we saw out of Bruno the first 18 months he was here, you see it in flashes. I mean, his passing's always top. Just he doesn't even have to look for the passes. He gets the ball, He's spamming it out to Garnacho or Rashford every time, and it's usually on the money. But his decision making in tight spaces, questionable, extremely questionable. He's given away some fouls around the box this year. That's cost us some goals. He's the captain. I mean, Bruno's probably one of my favorite players. Like I said about Anthony, you don't question the energy, effort, and he's not even close to anywhere as having a poor year that Anthony's having. Bruno will give him like a 5 out of 10. I'll give him like a 5. Garnacho, 2 goals and an assist. I believe he had an assist for the second goal. Or it was Delo. It was one of the two. We're going to give Garnacho, we'll give him a 7. Didn't think he was taking his man on, causing too much of. Yeah, he's 19 years old, man. I mean, he's unbelievable. They see him on Twitter trying to get on his back about his goals and assists, but I mean, I think that was his 30th straight game starting for Manchester United at that age. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Højlund didn't do much. Think he had some opportunities where he could have affected the game more. Doesn't look like he's back up to shape from when he was missing from the injury. We'll have to see how he looks. We'll give Højlund a 4.5. I mean, 5. He didn't really do much. I didn't see anything really out of him. The one chance that he had when Disasi gave the ball away and then Disasi hawked him down, I don't know how you don't get the shot off there. I mean, is what it is with that one. And then the subs, we already talked about Johnny Evans. We talked about Kambwala. Scott McTominay came in, was winning the ball back, looked effective going forward. Defensively, these guys cannot track the open man in the box. So I've noticed that time and time again. Every time someone creeps into the box from a central position, everybody's eyes want to be on the wing. If the ball is on the wing, everybody's eyes are on there. 3-4 sets of eyes over there when you need to have somebody tracking the box. Runners, free runners coming in the box. That is the number one thing I cannot stress enough. You see that time and time again against us. I don't know why that hasn't been addressed by Ten Hag. And we'll get on Ten Hag right after this. But it's frustrating to watch. Marcus Rashford came on, like I said, didn't do much. We'll give McTominay a 5.5 out of 10. It wasn't bad. Thought he elevated the performance when he came on. Rashford, this guy does not want to run. He can't be bothered, man. If you're not scoring goals, you got to be putting in a shift. He does neither. So for me, you could ride the bench, but who do we put in? Anthony? Performances like tonight, yeah, maybe. But I mean, you're paying Rashford so much, you can't put him on the bench. He's from the academy. It's a sticky situation with Rashford as well, man. You got so many different angles that you could see as a manager. It's difficult to try to just sit outright and say, all right, yeah, you're not playing well, you're not giving effort, we're going to bench you. I mean, it creates more of a problem for the manager than it does just have him start. Overall, extremely disappointing season for Marcus Rashford. Mason Mount came on, didn't really aggressive, obviously, against his former team away. So didn't expect much different. Gutted that we couldn't get the win for him, though. Absolutely sickening allowing those 2 goals at the end. Should never happen, if we're being honest. I don't think anybody needs to sit here and keep banging on the door. We already know what's behind it. Ten Hag, is he on his way out? Is Ten Hag on his way out? Have we seen the last season with Ten Hag? Possibly. I think if by some miracle we can win the FA Cup, I think depending if he gets Europa League, may be able to buy him some more time. Not looking good, to be honest. Ten Hag look crazy. If it was up to me, I'd say leave him in another year. We're already building stuff. You got things kind of going in the direction where you've already brought in 4 windows of personnel for this guy. We're changing the CEO. We're changing the director of football. A lot of moving pieces, new ownership. I think I'd like to see Ten Hag in there for at least the beginning of next year. And if performances aren't where they need to be by, I'd say, maybe 8 games in, then, yeah, give him the boot. But honestly, I think it'd be who are we going to go get anyways? Who are the names? Who do you go grab? You get Ten Hag out, who do you go grab? Nobody. You don't grab anybody. You grab somebody like Ten Hag. You lose Ten Hag, he's going to go to. I would just hate to see the next club he goes to if we were to get rid of him and watch him succeed there. Because I think if given the right amount of time, which for me, I know it's hard to defend for this year, but the injuries, man, the injuries are absolutely undeniable. At some point, you're sitting there like, yeah, everybody got injuries. You really deep it, you're like, nah, not like this. Not like this. The amount of center back pairings that we've had this year, upwards of 10. It's unimaginable to even think that you're working with something like this as a manager and trying to go for the type of ambitions that we have as a club. It's almost impossible. But enough about the game. Heading on to Liverpool. Does lightning strike twice in the same spot? I mean, the way we pulled out a victory from the time we play Liverpool, can you do it again? Can you do it again? Personally, I don't think that we're going to be able to get the dub. And it sucks to say that. But just being realistic with where we are right now. But then again, with Manchester United, you never know. You lose the game you're supposed to win. You win the games you're supposed to lose. Or you get beat 7-0. Can we just fast forward to the semifinals of the FA Cup at Wembley? Because if we lose to Coventry City, man, I don't think I'm going to be able to there's no defending Ten Hag at that point. Also, yesterday, that game's not on Ten Hag. I mean, you give up 2 penalties, concede that absolute horrific goal at the end. I don't care what manager you have in there. It's on the players at that point. But, yeah, we're going to wrap it up. We play Liverpool on Sunday. Probably do a match review after that game, see how it goes. If you see a match review up the same day, that means we won. If it's the next day, obviously, take some time to compose myself like this one. So, it's just the life of a Manchester United fan, ups and downs. Seems like it's more downs than ups this year. But we go again. Glory, glory. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go out, touch some grass. Don't let Manchester United ruin the weekend that we have. So take it easy, yo. Hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm not going to spam that like everybody else does. But if you like the content, you want to keep going, hit that subscribe and like button. Appreciate it. Take it easy.